Hello, everybody. I am going to try to get this straightened up before a bunch of people come in. But we are going to do a page in our little autumnal, going the wrong way, this way, our little autumn journal. And I've already done one page, but I wanted to share what's in here because of Anne. Anne was just on and she's wrapping up right now. But I wanted to share that I have a $2 bill. She was Ann Lar, if anybody's wondering. I'll put a link to her video that was on just before this. But in here, I have original release of some things. So if I remember right, I think these are Susan B. Anthony dollars from when they first came out. Yep, these are Susan B. Anthony dollars from 1979. So I have those. And then I also have a $2 bill. So let's look at my $2 bill. Some people have never seen a $2 bill. And these are still, you can still spend it. Some retail stores are going, what is that? But this is the $2 bill. And I got mine in 1976. Let's see. I thought I was 16, but maybe I was younger than that. No, 16. I'm thinking. No, I was 13. 13 when I got this. And Anne was saying something about the stars, and I'm trying to find the stars. Are they on the front or the back? I'm looking. Anyway, that's a $2 bill. Woohoo! And I've had this since 1976. And I keep it probably the worst possible way. It's folded up, and I keep it in this little box with my original Susan B. Anthony. And these came from Chick-fil-A was handing these out. And my Aunt Janie, she was my mom's best friend. She's passed on since then, but she got those for us kids. So that was my $2 bill. So let's look at the page I did on my own yesterday. Ta-da! And I'm going to do where I leave a little border around. And what I've got to do that with is just really skinny painter's tape. And I am going to do the fronts and the backs. But lesson learned on this page, because it pulled some of the paper, I'm going to stick it to my arm before I stick it to my page. Now, I did go in search of autumn quotes. There's 2 pages of them. I put them in my group and on my community tab, so you guys can print them off on sticker paper so you can use them in your autumn journal if you want to. So I'm going to get this tape going and tape this up. Oh, and I want a piece of wax paper to put between the pages. And what I do is I just stick it to my arm. And what this does is it removes a little bit of the adhesive. And then I'm just going to stick this on along the edge. And I'll pull this off when I get done doing whatever we do to this page. Just got to make sure I'm doing them all right side up, right? Don't want any upside down pages in our little journal. So I was just going to do a little journal page. And I think what I'm going to do the page today is I'm going to get my bits and bobs with the orange stuff in it. And I'll show you what I mean by that. It's like this notebook that I have the sleeves in it, and I've put offcuts of paper, old stickers, that kind of thing in there so I can use them up. And the reason I'm taping this off is so that I'll have a cool border around each of the pages. And the next page in this journal is watercolor paper. So maybe next week we'll do a watercolor painting. But I do need to go get just a little piece of wax paper so I don't get glue everywhere. Of course, I was just thinking I'd just use a glue stick today. This is a black mixed media paper that I picked up. And I would like to use the stuff I have up. And I'd also thought maybe we would make a card or two today. This is not too hot because the tape is folded on itself. But we'll see where the time goes. And next week we'll pull out watercolors and do the watercolor on that page. I did see something on either Instagram or Shorts or Reels, whatever it was, where someone put a bunch of pile of rope underneath on the bottom, and then they put a book page down and then just scrubbed over it with, like, I think it was a marker or charcoal or something. And then they did watercolor within the openings. All right, this is something cool about the binding I used on this journal. You can take about half of your journal and flip it back on itself, and that way it lays flat again. So you can do that and not have to work at an angle. I'm just going to grab a piece of wax paper. I put a chuck roast in the slow cooker with potatoes, onions, carrots. And then Scott brought home, he said, I asked him if they were Northern Spy apples because they came from upstate New York. But he said he didn't think that that's what the lady told him they were, but he couldn't remember what she said. And I couldn't remember the name of the other tart apple that you can get in upstate New York. I know Northern Spies are one, but I couldn't remember any of the other ones. I just went brain dead. Let's see. I want the orange. We're just going to use whatever. This is my bits and bobs. This is one of them. I have two. But it's just a notebook with pockets in it. And each pocket has a different color. I'm just going to, I'm just going to pop open the orange here and see what we can come up with to create a page. And then we might make some cards with some of it too. I'll put that down there. So we only have this little bit of area to decorate. So let me see. Might need to back out just a little bit because we're awful close. That's as far out as I can back. Let me show you the apple. I'll show you the apple, but Scott wants me to make a pie with them. So after I sign off here today, I got to make a pie. They don't have the little speckle. Well, maybe they, I don't know. But that's what they look like. That's how much they fill my hand. He has 4 of them, so that's enough to make a pie. And I'm not sure how she got them. I don't know if she went back to New York to visit and, brought a box back or what, but she was sharing them. And he snatched them and said, my wife can make a pie. Sorry, I'm all over the place. But that's autumnal too, getting your apples on. I'm going to just dump this stuff out. See what we got in here. And we might just glue some bits in and call it good. Let's see. I kind of like this page right here. So we might hold that one there. This one looks like an ATC ready to go. This must have been one of our pick 10s at one time, or a dirty dozen. That kind of goes with it. Let me get you guys back over here so you can see what I'm just laying things that kind of go together down. That's a pretty moth. Let's see. Too peachy. Too peachy. That's kind of cool. Might hold that down. So, leaf. There's a horse. It's a horse, of course. Oh, these were some stickers I did. Happy fall, y'all. I could almost just peel and stick those in somewhere. See, and just by layering some things, you could come up with a page quickly. Might cut that as a strip and use it. I'm just going to quickly go through here. Don't want to keep you guys all day. That's kind of pretty too. Hi, Dar. Hi, Maritza. I love these bottles. Those might have to go in here. I'm not going to do it today because I need to fussy cut all that white away. But see, that would fit in here. So that I'm going to set aside to fussy cut for maybe another day when we get past the watercolor paper. This is something somebody sent me. That looks like a little journaling spot. I have enough here that I could probably put something together. I love that with the rake propped up against the park bench. This was from where I did a painty envelope and I covered where I wanted to put the addresses, and then I ended up with these. And I know that Shannon 2, that was on Shannon 1, Art Junkies channel the other night, was talking about how she felt like if she decorated an envelope that she would have to stick it in another envelope to mail it. And you don't have to. You just put your postage on it and mail it. They'll mail it for you. There's a butterfly. Let's take the horse off, put the butterfly. And this is what I call a bits and bobs. This is like offcuts of paper, just stuff that you'd think would be trash, even the little pieces. I can use them to make cards, artist trading coins, which Shannon's doing an ATC swap. This was I'm pretty sure it's a packing tape transfer where you pick up the color with your packing tape. You put packing tape down, you wet the back, and you rub all the paper away. What I did is, because the back was still sticky after I got down to where it was just the print from the flowers, I stuck it on white cardstock, and that's why it looks like that. I love those dots on there. I think I'm going to go with what I have here. Let's just take a quick peek. There's a lot here that I could do. That would make a pretty autumn card, that right there. These, I think, will go together better on a different page. And we'll do another page using the stuff that's in here. And I could actually show you a couple envelopes that I have ready to go to be mailed that I could send out to somebody. All right, I'm going to say this is what I'm going to stick down here. Just going to move the rest of this out of the way. And I might cut some other pieces. I'm going to bring this back over here. Yeah, Anne used to work in an orchard. All right, I am going to tear the edges off, from the white edges off. And always, if you don't want white exposed, keep the part you want to keep in your right hand and then push the paper away with your left, and you'll end up with just a rough edge and no white, because the white will show up on this piece, for anybody that doesn't know that. And I don't even mind if this is slightly rough. In fact, it's kind of cool. Go ahead and tear this part away, because you can use other papers to fill in some of the area. There we go. Maybe put that toward the middle, and it can go over the tape a little bit, I guess. Maybe not. I'll just tear a little bit more off this side so it's within my border. Yeah. And then let's see. I've got this cool piece off somebody's envelope. It's got the white dots. That I really kind of like the white dot portion of it. Oh, that roast is smelling good. See, I was thinking I could stick that maybe behind a little bit like this. And there's a little piece here. Ooh, it's hot in this house. Stick this up under there maybe. I think what I'll do is I'm going to stick these down within my borders there and there, and then I can stick this on top. Might tear it down a little bit more. And I'm just going to use a glue stick today, which is not like me. I just don't want to get really sticky today. Looking to see if I do. I have some scrap paper here that's in the trash. This is mixed media paper, so it could get, sloppy wet, but I don't want to do that today. I just don't. Okay. All right. We'll tear a little bit more off than this. Yeah, I like that. But I'm not going to glue that down just yet, because I'm thinking maybe I'd like some of this peeking out in some way. That says remarkable on it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and stick that down. Within my border there. And then I'm going to stick this on here. Like so. Anne's had many hats on her head. Anne's done a lot of jobs. Mine were not nearly as exciting, but I've had a few jobs, but just not as exciting as Anne's. Let's see. My first job. What was my first job? Let's think. Avon lady, I think. Didn't do too good at it because I didn't like to go out. I don't like to sell stuff to people. Learned that quick. And then the next job I worked at a convenience store. Most dangerous job I've ever had. Almost got robbed a couple times. Had a man come in and expose himself to me. Let's see. What else? Then I worked at, oh gosh, I can't even remember. Spud's was a baked potato restaurant. I don't like that. Where I got a 3rd-degree burn right in the bend of my elbow because the pan slipped and landed right on me, which was not good. I like this circle, but I feel like it's detracting from all the broken up stuff I've got going on. So I'm thinking I like the butterfly a lot, and I don't think it's a sticker. Yeah, I worked for Spear Equipment Company, which was a forklift parts company. I think I'll put this butterfly on and maybe Queen Elizabeth up here in the top, like so, and then stick one of my quotes on it and call it good. Or do I need another piece of this at the bottom to let this butterfly stand out more? No. Sorry, I'm thinking out loud. Hi, Kathy. And of course, you guys know I work for Joann's and Michael's. And Cracker Barrel, worked there for about 6 months. That was enough. The stress of that one almost gave me an ulcer. I think I've had a couple other jobs, but they didn't stick with me in my mind's eye. So if you guys want the quotes that I found today, they're on my community tab. Hi, Barbara. Often wonder what's some jobs you applied for but didn't get. Those are interesting too. There wasn't too many that I didn't get hired after, I got a little experience on me. When you're young, you get turned away a lot because you don't have any experience, but all right, so I need a quote to go here, and I need to clean my hands off because they're really grossing me out right now. I think that's why I don't do as much glue booking as a lot of people. I just don't like that. I don't mind getting paint on my hands, but glue just sends me over the edge. Hi, Joyce. Hi, Mama Juju. And I've got some glue here I'd like to clean up off from here. Now see, if I want that butterfly to pop some more, I can use Stabilo All and just go around it a little bit. I might do that after we put the quote on. But we need to pick a quote. I don't have any leaves on here. Autumn glows upon us like a splendid evening. It is the very sunset of the year. That needs to have the S gone. I don't know why I put evenings. I'm just reading these. Oh, that'll fit. Autumn is a season of transformation. Let it inspire you. That's the one we're going to use. And I'm cutting with scissors. Yeah, I typed these up thinking other people might like to use them in their journals. Might cut that a little closer. I'm leaving it long because this gives you access to the backing paper. And once I get the backing paper started, I can trim it closer. So see, your journal pages don't have to be, deep involved pages. You can just do a collage of things like that. That'll fit better there. And now I'm going to get this started. Peel this up here. And then I'll just cut this part away. And then I can stick this down on here. Got a little bit of stickiness. Let me see. I've got a gold pen here. Maybe we'll use gold to bring some things out. And I can sign my page with it. If I can remember where I stuck it in. There's the white one. There's the gold one. Mitz is here. Hi, Mitz. So I took less than 30 minutes to put together a little journal page in here. And I'll put today's date, which is 9/18/2024. And I'll sign it with my RAM. And then I can use the gold to maybe highlight my quote a little bit. On the edge. Sorry if I'm blocking your view. Just go around it. Maybe do a little bit on the butterfly as well. Getting it in the glue is probably not a good thing for my pen, because the glue hasn't totally dried yet on some of this stuff. Maybe we'll just put a few little dots and things here and there. Maybe a squiggle. Maybe a squiggle here. A couple dots. And then if I'm careful and don't get too crazy with pulling it, this won't grab the paper and rip a big hunk off like I did yesterday's page. And I didn't do yesterday's on my channel. I was just sitting here thinking, I need to do at least the front cover inside first page of that little journal. And see, that gives me a border on the page. And then I just take the wax paper out. We'll save that to do another page another time. Then I can turn my journal back and whoop, it's a journal flat again. So there's page 1 and page 2. So that's what we're going to do for that page. So now do you want to see if we can make a card from some of these scraps? I can put this over here so it's still in shot for a minute. And that was easy. It's just a few pieces of paper and then a quote. Yes, please make a card. Anne likes for me to make cards. I think it's so she can pick my brain. Pretty sure I've got some blank ones left here. Let's see, what do we have that's kind of autumnal? That's going to be the problem. Well, purple goes with the with the orange, right? And I've got fronts and mats all ready to go here. All right. So I'm just going to pull. I try to cut what I would use as my front. And these are for A2 cards. So the white that holds my front is 3 3/4 by 5. And then I like to have a black mat. So it's 4 by 5 1/4. That gives you a little bit all around the edge. And then there's the card bases. So let's do this real quick. You have a card coming in, so we're going to pick a base, just any base. And I think this would be pretty because it will go with the card base, which is right here. So here's my card base. And then pop a mat on that. And then I'm going to cut this slightly smaller than the white. And we'll stick it down. So I've already forgotten what I told you. So I need to cut it at 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. So the 4 3/4, we need the butterflies to go the right way. So I'm going to trim this at the 4 3/4. And then we'll cut this at the 3 1/2. And then I'm going to verify it before I go any further. Because see, that gives you just a little bit of area all the way around. Let's do another one. Because I've got it here. What did I say? 3 3/4? Is that right? No, 3 1/2. And then that piece could be like an accent piece. So that could be a third card. So we can do 2 cards really quick. Just pop that on. And then we'll get another mat. And another base. Here. That could be a card right there and just put a quote on it. So you don't have to do anything too elaborate. So say we've got this piece left. We could put that on there. And then we could put our quote there. Or you could come up with something else to add with it. And then that actually makes up all the purple cards. Just that easy from one scrap and then the prepared mats. So keep yourself some prepared mats because then when you have scraps, you can make your cards really fast. I'm looking at this thinking maybe we want something else. Maybe tuck this in. No, I don't like that. Oh, no. Do we have anything that's more of a, what is this here? Believe you can, and you're halfway there. That's some pretty washi. We could use some of that on that one. Oh, I love this stuff. You know, the stuff that does that. Woo! Hi, Mary. So maybe we'll do a layered card with that stuff there. And then do just straight up cards with that. I'm going to put my stuff back in my bits and bobs as I sort back through it. And then by the time I get to the bottom of the pile, it'll all be back in its part. So we've got these 3. I'm going to make this one a layered card. And I haven't really fully decided. I really kind of like just taking this pretty paper, putting it on that mat, and then putting it on that mat, and then onto the card. I think those 2 would be really quick. And then I can take one of my autumn quotes and maybe stick that on, or maybe even just a thank you, or maybe there's something in here we could use as a, I've got these little tickets. That little moth is cute. Maybe we'll put that with our layered card there. And now I'm not liking that. All right, I'm going to start putting this stuff back in my orange bits and bobs. This is pretty. That could almost be a layer too. This is distracting me, though. I'm going to put this away. All right. Anything that's too orange, I'm going to definitely put it away because we've kind of walked away from the orange to use these up. But the orange will come in handy when we do another page. I want to use the little hedgehog somebody sent me sometime because he's just too stinking cute not to. Might leave that flower there. That's something I need to do too sometime is, I love her. She's cute. Just take some white or cream paper and get my sentiment rubber stamps out and just sit and stamp out sentiments and then cut them apart and have them in a box. Like do a bunch of thank yous and a bunch of happy birthdays. I think Janet sent me that. Janet Baum sent me the tea-dyed paper. So I hope everybody that got a postcard got it. That I sent a postcard. I love that Queen Elizabeth stamp there. Look at the little kitty. He doesn't really go with anything, but he's cute. So we've already done our page. This is pretty too. I'm getting a lot here, but I only have the 3 purple bases. So I'm not using everything I've piled on that card, but I'll use some of it. And we might use some of this on this here. I might have some sentiments cut out. I also have die cuts of words that I could use maybe. Of course, blank note cards are nice too. You don't have to put a sentiment on the front. You could just decorate it and have it as that's a Polaroid. It's got 2 colors. Ooh, that's loud. Yeah, I would like to go through my rubber stamps because I have 2 tubs of clear stamps, and then I have several that are wood mounted, and I really want to evaluate them, and I might sell some of them just to get them out. I only need rubber stamps for occasional things. I do have some Halloween stamps that I just love to color that I'll hold on to, but I would like to purge some of it. And I'd rather it go to the crafting community on here. I love this little bird, but she screams springtime more than she does autumn, doesn't she? This little flower with the bee is kind of autumnal. Let's see here. And I do kind of like this old horse. I'm really layering things up on there. Have you noticed? Yeah. And I want to have a giveaway again today. I want to give another journal kit away. So you might want to hang around. This kind of goes there too. The layered card's the one that's going to take me a while. The other is not going to take too long. Now, this is something. That right there could be an instant card. Just cut it to the size you want the front focal piece, like I did these, and you could just stick it down, and that could be a card on its own. So you could make your own card front backgrounds really fast just with book pages. And I do want to do that technique I watched. I wish I could remember where I saw it. I think I shared it, but who knows? That's what I do at bedtime while I'm waiting for Scott to come to bed. I sit there and I flip through the Facebook Reels and see stuff I want to try. You know, I really ought to keep a notebook in there by the bed, and then that would be easy peasy. I'm just going to do these up as just note cards that I can pop Happy Mail in. And for those that weren't here, that's the page we just did right there. Quick and easy. Quick and easy. I need to order some more double-sided tape. Yep, ATC swap on Shannon's channel, Art Junkie. Did you put your channel in, Shannon, so they can get to you? You should be able to. You're a mod here. Oh, I got several mats. You only need one. Something else I want to do is make some envelope and card. I got too many of these. Envelopes and card sets that you get like at Michael's that come in a big set, blank cards. I would like to do a couple journals using those. And I might give those away. That way I can use up all these paper pads that I have that are just sitting here. So what I might do is maybe take some pictures of the paper pads I'd like to use up and put it as a poll on my channel so we can like do it together. I'm going to stand up again so I can get this kind of as straight as possible. And the reason I only removed the tape a little ways is so I can do this. And then you can just push it into place and then remove the rest of the paper. It really helps you get it centered. Somebody's burning up my phone. I can hear it, but it's buried. Oh, there's going to be a premiere on Devon's in 30 minutes, it says. So I guess maybe Devon's not going, or Yolande isn't going to go live today. I don't know. All right. This one, I put one in one direction, one in the other, but that's okay. This is just going to be a pretty fronted card that, I can add a sentiment to the front. If you hold off on adding your sentiments, you can then turn the card into whatever you need. If you wait, you can make it a happy birthday, a thank you, anything like that. Let me make sure I've got this the right way. Yeah. Because that would be a bummer. I still got to put my layered card together, and I've pulled out a lot. I had thought about using some of that washi, but this paper is so pretty. I just want it to just be on its own. There are some paper pads where they do all the work for you. Really, really and truly. All right. So there's that one. Calling it good. And I've got the envelopes to go with them. And how I store them is I just stick the back of the card in there like that. And then they're always together and ready to go. Oh, Dawn, I didn't know that. So you click on the three dots on the bottom right side of the screen to save the reels. That's cool to know. I didn't know that. See, this is why it doesn't matter what you do as your hobby. You should watch a variety of people and, different topics and stuff, because you never know what you could share with somebody else. And my hobbies are all over the place. Today we're doing cards and a journal page. Next week we might do another Dirty Dozen prompt page to make postcards or card fronts, or, might do something else entirely. Scott and I drove down to the boat ramp yesterday because I needed a mental health moment after having Greg home yesterday playing video games all day. I'm so used to the house being so nice and quiet. And he was in there. I don't know what game he was playing. But it had all these sirens, and it was like a crime drama game, and it was talking about no pulse, and I was just like, oh, the corgi reels are cute. Have you seen the reel where the guy wraps a pill in cream cheese and gives it to his dog, and the dog's like, yum, yum. And then all of a sudden he stops because he gets to the pill, and he looks at the guy like, what the hell did you do? And it gets all side-eyed. It is hilarious. Scott always tells me, what on earth are you laughing at? I said, you have to be here to see it. Yeah, I have noise canceling earphones. I have so many problems with my ears. If I put things over my ears too much, I really probably should have had tubes put in my ears years ago. And now my ears are they don't drain right. My station tube, especially in my left ear, is very, very, very small. So it's really easy for me to get fluid behind my eardrums. And when I go swimming, I should wear earplugs. It's a bummer. Mama Juju says she used the Walmart Pen Gear Blue Top Glue It something, and it went off. And it works good. Wonder what the longevity is, if it'll hold together. When I do my envelope journals, I know it's crazy, but I use the double-sided tape to hold it in place temporary, and then on either side of the double-sided tape, I do use glue. And I think Rosemary was talking about you shouldn't do that. It's because one cancels out the other. I think it was Rosemary who was saying that. All right, so let's get the layered one here. Hi, Renee. This is a layered one. We're not going to use all this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull the card base and the black mat out of the way for right now. And we're just going to work on what we want to put on this. So I know I want to use this, I think. And I do kind of like this idea. Put that down and then put the Polaroid on top. And now I'm thinking, no, I don't want the butterflies. We got enough butterflies. So if we do this, so it's like a Polaroid. And then maybe the horse is in the picture. Or take the horse out. And maybe we'll put a moth in there. And maybe layer it with Queen Elizabeth. So maybe, God, it's hot in here. I wonder if the air conditioner's on. Hope it hasn't crapped out. That would suck because I don't have the program Ann does. I would have to call somebody and pay them out the wazoo. And I really, really, really love this stuff. But I also have this paper that kind of goes... Let's cut a strip of this off. Not too worried about it being straight. It's got a little hole in it. I must have used this for something else. To break up some of that wildness of the orange. And then maybe put one of these flowers on here. That doesn't look too bad. Maybe put some of this tape on that stuff under there. I've got this little fairy somebody sent me. All right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna just start layering this up. We're not gonna use that or that or that. All of that could be a card on its own right there, I think. But this is where I'm gonna do. here. Can I find the end? Yep. Somebody sent this to me. It's pretty cool looking stuff. Let's put this midway up, maybe. And I am going to make it a little longer so I can wrap it to the back so it'll stay stuck down without additional glue, because then I'll put the double-sided tape on here. I really want the crazy orange, I think. All right. So if I put that on right about there, then I can put that on top. I almost feel like this needed to have been lower on the page, but you know what? We're not going to worry about it now. Too late now. Hi, Sharon. That roast is starting to smell good. Hopefully it'll be cooked by 4:30. We still have to do the giveaway. I'll just grab a random one, and we'll do that here in a minute, not right away. So hold your numbers. Hold your numbers, please. We'll do that in just a couple minutes. Sharon won last week, and I'm hoping she got her journal. I think she was supposed to get it today, her little journal kit. So I'm going to bring that down just a little bit. And then I'm going to have to, I have some narrow double-sided tape. Yeah, I'm getting pretty low on double-sided tape. Oh, I've got some real little tape. Look at that. But I think this is the one I want. Yay! I hope you enjoyed the random goodies that were shoved in the bag. Uh-oh. Let's see here. So, still trying to think of who I could get to go see Beetlejuice with me. I know Scott said he'd go, but it's really not his thing. I would ask one of my sisters, but they're pretty busy. So I don't ask them. I lead a pretty dull life compared to the siblings. I would take my mother-in-law, but I don't think Beetlejuice is really her thing either. She would start complaining loudly in the theater. And I'd be like, shh, it's almost over. She'd say things like, why is this taking so long? How long is this movie? Oh, yes. Everybody's wanting to know what gets you to post a picture in the group. Or if you're not on Facebook, you could email it to me and I could share it. Yeah, yeah. Oh dear, I didn't get it far enough down and it's stuck. Don't tear. Don't tear. Don't do it. Don't you do it. Okay. Whew. Thought I'd done it, boo-boo. This is going to have to be good enough. Good enough. All right, and then this piece, I wanted to go down here to kind of break some of that up a little bit. We'll just put one strip across the middle. Okay, and I'm not going to use any more of the tape, so we'll stick that back in there, the washi tape. Okay, bring this up a little bit, like so. This one has stickum on it, but I think I'm going to add another piece of stickum to here, just to make sure it stays on there. Yeah, I think we still have the original Beetlejuice on VHS, but we don't have anything to play it on. All right. There we go. There's that. All right. I don't think I'm going to use the fairy. I'll stick her back in there. But I am thinking I'd like both of these on here, and then maybe put this flower with the bee on it in there as well. Or maybe put that this way and put that there and that there. I like that. What do you think? Think it looks okay? Oh, I don't like zag nuts. Ugh. No, thank you. This had the leaf tore off it, but that's okay because I'm not going to show all of the leaf on that other flower. I'm going to stick it down. And Queen Elizabeth will go out traveling again. And I'll go ahead and put some tape on the back of the black mat here. And I'll go ahead and tape the rest of the stuff for here down. So I'm going to put this little guy on there. I want it to still fit in the envelope. Okay. And then we'll do our giveaway. So let's do, we've got only 18 in here today. So 1 to 50. 1 to 50. That'd give everybody a better chance. And don't worry about duplicates because I'll just go with whoever's first, which means I need to get this on live chat. Live chat. And Queen Elizabeth needs to go on next. Isn't it fun to add stamps to your pieces too? Because she's gone now, but we can still enjoy her presence on our mail. At least until we've all used up the old stamps, right? Alrighty. Now we just need to put some tape back here. This card may cost me extra to mail it because it's kind of beyond the thickness. All right. So stick this on here. Okay, is that everybody that wants to play? There's Janice. Hi, Janice. And I'll just go over there and grab one of the kits, and I might give you guys a peek at what's going out. Oh, this one we've already put on there. All right. You cheated. I had to look it up. What did you cheat? All right, I'm going to go ahead and scroll back up to where we started so that I don't lose you guys. And then we'll stick this on our purple card, which doesn't look like it should make any sense whatsoever, but purple and orange, they really do complement each other. Because there's no other purple on this card, but it's a purple card. So there. All right. And this is a purple card. So now I've got 3 more cards that I can add to my card bank, so to say. And I'll just pop in here, stop. And I'll just go to random org. And we'll just do this one today. So that's today's kit that'll go out. And it's got a handmade journal in it, some of my stickers. Oh, whoever gets this one today is getting one of my mug rugs. Number generator. And we're going to do 1 to 50. Is that everybody? I put the stop in, so I'm going to go ahead and click it. Generate, and the number's 28. 28. I see Shannon has 25. It looks like, Shannon, you're getting this. So, Art Junkie. Yay, Shannon. Shannon, you're getting one of my mug rugs. That's what, I can see it in there, right there. And you're getting a bunch of stuff. There's art trading cards in here. There's coins in here. Napkins. I don't know what all's in here. Because I was just grabbing an envelope. Or I mean, this bag. And just throwing things in. I haven't got the mail yet today. I'll remember this goes to Shannon. I say that, and then I'll have to come back and look. I had Post-its here. Oh, I remember. I had to put them up because for some reason, Tippy decided to start pulling off Post-its one after another and just pull it off, drop it down, pull it off, drop it down. So this kit will go to Art Junkie. Shannon. So I have 2 more of these little sets here. So you guys will have to show us what you do with these journals I'm sending out. And I think that's where I'm going to end because I think there's a premiere going on. There's our little page again that we did together. And I do want to fill this journal up during the fall. So we'll do a little page in here. Another time we're going to do a watercolor because this is watercolor paper here. And I'm hoping the other little journal made it to its destination as well. I did not hear if it made it, you know, the one I made from my offcuts of making this one. All right. So let's go watch what Devin's doing. And I'll see you guys probably the next time will be Monday morning. Thanks for being here. Bye.